Hi, my name is Annette Metrigrano and I work for Hocon Gas in Norwalk, and I'm in customer service. Because of the snow, it was very difficult to get deliveries out. People would call that they're running out. However, they needed to clean off their tank. Our delivery guys would go out there and couldn't find the tanks to make deliveries, or it was buried in so much snow and ice. It made it very difficult for our guys to go out there. So we would have to ask the customers if they would clean off their tanks and dig a path to their tanks so our guys can make a delivery, because working all day in the snow and ice, it's very hard for them to drag that hose all over.
Actually, 5 is too many. You know, you don't like to get any of those calls. So, yeah, we got them. I don't know as to a number for ratio. My name is Marie Chomitz. I am a customer service representative at Hocon Gas of Guilford. There's a variety of things. The priority is heat. We will do everything in our power to get someone out there as soon as possible. If I don't have a driver in the area and I have to pull someone, sometimes if we have to, if it's somewhere that we can't get a driver to, they'll get a service tech over to dump some gas and get them going so we can the next day get a driver out there. But heat is a priority. Obviously hot water as well, cooking. I mean, people sometimes are a little bit forgiving and can do the night out of cooking, but aren't too patient with that for too long. So a lot of the uses depends on how quickly we can respond. We obviously want to get to everybody as fast as we can, but it isn't always possible.
My name is Susan Ross. I work at Hocon in Norwalk. I'm a customer service representative. Well, what we do basically is we tell them we're going to update the schedule right away. If depending on the situation, again, if it's a weather condition, you know, we don't want to shorten them, and then we will shorten them for the time being. We don't want to completely make a big change in their account with their delivery schedule, but right away we'll look at it and see if they're, you know, going through it so much faster. In a month's time, we can go ahead and shorten it. It really depends on the situation. The weather really does play a fact in that.
The other problem that we've run into this past winter with being so severe, and I think we all kind of got a little lax about because of not having such a severe winter, is not being able to get to tanks this past year in the snow. We had people with underground tanks that never thought to dig out their lids, and you put 2 feet of snow on the ground and it just changes the whole landscape of someone's yard. So even a driver that's been to that location on several times can't find these tanks, and you know, as much as they might try, it made it difficult this past winter. The problems that we were having over the winter with the snow, and it wasn't just finding the underground tanks, it was even getting to people had shoveled and snow-blown paths maybe to their front door but hadn't done a path to the tanks. So they did print up these tickets to go out that the drivers could leave to remind customers they needed to clean a path to the tank. As winter went on and people were shoveling off the roofs, they would shovel off the roofs and forget that they were dumping the snow on top of the tank. So that made it even more difficult. So it was a difficult winter to get to not only the underground, but the above ground tanks. As with, I'm sure the oil delivery guy and anybody else would tell you, it's really not our responsibility to shovel the paths to the tank. We also have the safety of our drivers to consider. They're slipping on ice. Some of them I know were trudging through 2 and 3 or 4 foot drifts, and it could be quite dangerous for the driver. It is the homeowner's responsibility to make sure that we have access to the tanks so that we could get to the tanks to fill them. Also, with the drivers taking more time to make deliveries, it's less deliveries they can do in the course of a day. So it's a catch-22 system all the way around.
Yes, we had some complaints on due to the weather and deliveries this winter, because even if we tell them the reason was, due to icy driveways, but we did have a lot that did work with us. So, it was kind of a win-win thing. A lot of customers did go out there and they tried numerous times to sand their driveways, and we still couldn't make it up, some of them. The ones that did complain were just they couldn't go outside, or they didn't have anybody to help them, and you kind of feel bad. But when it's very icy outside and we have to worry about the concerns and the safety of our drivers and for the tank, the weather we've had weathers where the tanks have been, knocked over and stuff, and so, things can cause some serious issues. So we have to look out for the safety for everybody.